Papa was a Rolling Stone, but now I got Rolling Stones in the bezel. Ice. Mama at home all alone, hustling, trying to keep this shit together. Mama!
Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel, and as you can see by the title of this video, we get into some tea. This is my first story time on my channel, so I'm really excited to let you guys know what happened. So we just gonna jump right into it. And this is also a get ready with me. As you can see, I'm doing my makeup, so this is like a get ready with me / story time about the time that I had a really bad experience trying edibles for the first time. So we just gonna get right into it. So y'all, let me just set the scene, set the mood for y'all a little bit. um I was a freshman in college, and I had just gotten out of class. Now, the date of this day was 420. And if you know, you know. I ain't even got to say too much about that. If you know, you know. So it was 420. I had just gotten out of class, and mind you, I was not like a super smoker or anything. I was not used to smoking on a consistent or heavy basis. So in a sense, this was another day for me, but in a sense, it wasn't because all of my friends were smokers. Everybody smoked that was in my little friend group that I hung out with on campus. So I hit my homegirl up and I'm like, girl, what are we doing today? Whatever we doing, I know we're going to be lit because I'm like, I'm a freshman. This is my first 420 in college. Like, I know we finna go up. So she hit me back and she was like, we can go over to so and so's apartment, and we can chill out and we can hang out there. Mind you, we had like a specific group of friends that we always hung out with, whenever we was doing something. So we went over to his apartment, and we showed up. Everybody is, vibing out, chilling, smoking, whatever. The usual college kickback activities. So we get there, and our homeboy, like the person whose apartment it was, he was in the kitchen, making brownies. So I was like, okay, he making us some snacks. Like this is top flight hospitality right here. Y'all need to take notes because he making us snacks. Um, so yeah, like I'm very naive at this point. I'm thinking he just making us brownies. I don't even know at this point that they're edibles. So that's just a little nugget. So yeah, mind you, this is probably like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So this is midday, so to speak. I guess you could say that was midday. Yeah. So more and more people start to show up to his house. So it's turning less into a kickback, more into like a party, a soiree. So y'all, more and more people start to show up, and the brownies get done. So me and my homegirls, we are high at this point because we've been smoking since we got there, and just kicking it. We high at this point, so she has the great idea to go and try the brownies. She's like, the brownies is done, girl, let's go try some. And our homeboy, he was nowhere to be found. So it wasn't like we could be, it wasn't like we could ask or anything. So we ended up going over to the kitchen and trying some of them. So I ate like 2 brownies, and my homegirl had like probably 2 or 3. Um, Mind you, I didn't know how potent they were. I didn't know how much gas was in them. I didn't have none of that information. I was just eating the brownies all willy nilly, like I knew what I was doing. Y'all, the biggest mistake that I could have made that night was eating both of those brownies at the same time. Mind you, at this point when I ate them, I knew that they were brownies now, like edibles. I knew that they weren't just regular brownies. I knew that they were edibles and they had stuff in them. So it was really stupid of me to still eat 2 of them and not let the first one kick in. And anybody who's ever eaten an edible before, you know that this is like a rule of thumb. You gotta wait until them hoes kick in to keep eating more, because how edibles work is they don't kick in right away, baby. They don't kick in right away. So if you mess around and eat more than you're supposed to, or more than your body can handle at one time because you think they ain't kicking in, you on a road straight to freaking out, paranoia. Honestly, I'm gonna just put it to you like that. So yeah, I ate two, and I ain't never had no experience with edibles, so I'm just thinking like, okay, these hoes are supposed to kick in immediately like you smoking, but that's not how it works. So I'm chilling, and my homegirl is chilling. A little bit of time passed, and my homeboy come back downstairs, and he's like, "Yo, like, where is my brownies at? Where are my edibles?" So me and my homegirls looking at each other, and we was like, "Those weren't for the household. Like, it wasn't like a free for all. We weren't supposed to eat those." This man got so heated. So it turned out, y'all, this man made them edibles so he could sell them. He was trying to get some money out them edibles. Mind you, I'm trying to remember. He probably made like 12 brownies, 10 to 12 brownies. And between me and my homegirl, we ate 4 of them. So, he was not finna see that profit that he thought he was gonna see. Because we had eaten probably a third of the brownies that he had made. So he was upset, very, very upset. So much so that it was kind of ruining the vibe of the party because everybody was trying to figure out what was going on. And, it was no way he could get the brownies back because we had already eaten them. So it was nothing we could do. So, yeah, like I said, it had ruined the vibe of the party. So me and my homegirl was like, it's time to go. I had felt bad, so I was just ready to go anyway. So, yeah, we left. I made it back to my dorm room. And I said bye to my homegirl. And we said we went our separate ways. And we chilled out for the rest of the night. So this is when shit, start taking a turn for the worse, basically. So by this time, it was probably like 11 or 12 at night. The day had concluded. So I was in my bed, comfortable pajamas, all of that, watching TV, just chilling. And I was starting to notice, I'm like, hey, like, it kind of feel like, it's kind of feeling like I'm getting higher. So yeah, I started to notice that I was getting higher, and I really didn't have no problem with it at first because it was very much euphoric, It felt amazing, but it started to get kind of scary when, like I said, I noticed that I couldn't control how high I was getting. And it was getting to a point where I was just kind of like, I've gotten as high as I want to get, and I'm straight. Like, I don't need to get no higher than this. So I'm just continuing to lay in my bed. And at this point, like, I'm having somewhat of an outer body experience because I'm just like, I ain't never been this high before, like, ever. I ain't never been this high before, and it ain't nothing I could do about it. It's not slowing down. It's progressing. Like, I'm continuing to elevate. I'm continuing to ascend. So yeah, like I said, I'm kind of starting to have like somewhat of an out of body experience because I'm just like, I have no control over how my body is feeling right now. So y'all, I started to pray. Like, I started praying, like, because at this point, I'm just kind of like, is this the end? Like, am I finna get knocked off? Because it's how I'm starting to feel is kind of unreal at this point. Like, shit is starting to feel worse and worse. Because, I mean, like, you know how it is when you smoke. If you get to a certain point, you can stop smoking. You can tap out. But with an edible, it's not like that. Like, you just keep getting higher, especially depending on like the potency of the edible. So anyway, I'm starting to pray because I'm like, God, I'm starting to feel so bad. I really need to call somebody because they need to come check on me because something ain't feeling right. Like, this cannot be how this edible is supposed to feel. So I'm starting to pray because I'm just like, somebody need to come help me. And I can't call nobody because I don't want to be like, I done took an edible. My dumb ass done took an edible, done ate too much. And now I'm starting to freak out. I'm starting to feel paranoid. So, y'all, I just continue to pray. I'm rocking back and forth, sweating like a hoe in church. And I'm just praying that I'm going to start to come down eventually. And you know what? That shit did not happen. Like, I did not start to come down at all. At all. And I think that was probably the scariest part about the whole night, because I was by myself and I did not know, what was going to become of the night. I thought I was on my way to the upper room. I thought it was curtains. I thought it was over with. So at this point, I'm like, I just need to go ahead and go to sleep because it's nothing else I can do at this point. So I ended up going to sleep. And when I woke up, thank God it was not um it was not as bad as it was when I had went to sleep. I was still high. I was still very much so high, but it was not the high that I was experiencing the night prior. And I was so thankful. I was so grateful for that. Like, I was literally praying to God, like, God, if you get me out of this, I swear I ain't gonna never eat another edible again. Another edible ain't gonna see me, ain't gonna touch my lips. So I woke up and I was pleasantly surprised. And, now looking back on it, I can laugh about the situation because it's just like, girl, what was you doing? Like, are you dumb? What was you really doing? But when I was in the situation in the present moment, it was nothing funny or comedic about it all at all, because it was a very scary experience for me to have, being that was my first time ever taking edibles. So this is, just a little disclaimer to anybody, looking to try edibles or looking to have fun with edibles. Be careful, because they are not to be played with if you get a really potent one. Like, if you get one that, is not highly concentrated or it don't have a lot in there, girl, just be careful, because like I said, there are nothing to play with. And I've heard other experiences where people have had the same things happen to them, where they got too high and they couldn't stop it, and they just ended up kind of thugging it out and sleeping it off. But it's nothing to be played with. So y'all just be careful out there, honestly. But yeah, God, this is pretty much the end of the story time. I really hope that you and guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the story time, if it was entertaining, if you laughed, whatever, if you can relate, comment down below. Let your girl know if you enjoyed this. This is my first story time, but I definitely look forward to doing more story times on the channel. So yeah, y'all, I'll see y'all in my next video. If you haven't already checked out my newest video, I did a summer haul with all my favorite summer pieces. Ladies, check it out. Summer is almost over, but you can still check out some of the pieces, because most of them are by black owned brands, and we gotta support those. So yeah, y'all go check out my latest video, and thumbs this video up if you enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.